What's going on, YouTube? Brian Matthews here with Southern Pine Outdoors, and today we're going to talk about camera gear. The camera gear today is going to be on the Sony NXCam NX5U. It is a used camera. I purchased this a few months ago from B&H for around $1,200, along with a few other things, of course. Couldn't control myself. So, the first thing about this camera and why I purchased it. Going from a DSLR that takes pictures but also does video, but can only do video for about 10 to 12 minutes. So, I constantly had to be behind the camera, pushing buttons and recording and making sure that I was getting the shot that I was needing to get. Well, you can imagine trying to film a fishing trip or film a hunt. This got aggravating. So, still love this camera. Still would recommend this as a first camera for anybody looking to make videos for YouTube and things like that. If you don't already have a GoPro, especially one of the newer ones that will allow you to record in 4K, this is a great option. Like I say, it allows you to take pictures, do video, and then you can obviously buy multiple lenses and things like that. So it kind of gives you a little bit more freedom, a little bit more manual control than a GoPro for around the same price, if not just a tad bit more. So going from that camera and not being able to record for an hour or two or three or four without stopping, that was my number one concern. So the first thing I want to cover about this camera is the ability to record multiple times. Basically, this camera allows you to have two SD cards, so you can actually record going from what they call linear, from this one A to B, or you can do it in parallel where it records the information from A to B so that you have a backup. So, for instance, if you want to keep a file for yourself and you have a specific editor or anything like that, or you want to hand it off to a friend so that they can edit their video, you have that option. This camera, I currently have it with a 64 gigabyte flash drive, and I had to do some math behind it. Actually, I think I actually looked online at some charts to determine exactly how many gigabytes I would need to record a full day. So 64 gigabytes, I believe, gets me right around 4 to 6 hours, if not more than that, with the battery and everything. So being able to change the battery out and keep on recording, so it's really phenomenal to be able to record that length of time. The other thing that I'm a stickler about that y'all may not know is good audio. So in recent videos, I would have had this camera here with actually that, I don't know if y'all can see that in the frame, but basically a Rode shotgun mic on top of this. Had it set up perfectly for, working in a boat or kind of close range and things like that. But I wanted to be able to record subjects that were further away. So the only way to do that logically is to have an XLR input or some kind of adapter that allows you to plug that external microphone into the camera itself and be able to monitor that audio. So I went, and when I purchased this camera, I went ahead and bought another Rode product. It's actually the wireless filmmaker kit, I believe. And basically, I just attach it to the top here, run this 1/8 jack here into the adapter that is also a Rode adapter. And it allows me, like I say, this camera to have the two channels. So I have one for my lavalier microphone that I pinned to my subject or my talent, and the other, the shotgun microphone, just to pick up the room noise and pick up any other audio that may be around that particular talent or that subject. So once this audio goes through the camera, it allows me to manually adjust the audio with the little trap door here. You can see it's got the manual dials there and switches to allow you to adjust particularly which one you want to manually adjust. And then also has the earphone port right here so that you can plug your favorite headphones in and listen accordingly. And then also on the back here, there's a little switch that allows you to manually determine which channel you specifically want to listen to, whether it's the left, the right, or both mixed together. So once you've got decent audio, or in this case, you should have pretty near perfect audio, the next thing you want to look for is the capability of the camera itself. Now, this camera is full of manual adjustments and settings that you can just go hog wild over. Me personally, I don't utilize all those settings that I should for the videos that I make. Not that I don't know what they do. I just don't have the time to sit there and manually mess with everything to try to get something that's going to be put on YouTube. Sorry, guys. But like I say, I love being able to grab this camera, flip it open, turn the audio on, adjust that just a little bit, maybe adjust the ND filters, the focus just a little bit maybe, and be able to record nonstop. The other thing I wanted to kind of mention, well, two things, kind of going towards the lens here. Actually, three things. Number one is the lens hood. It may not seem like a big deal, but when you're working outdoors or working on a job site or something like that, being able to have a decent lens hood that can close and open without having a cap, like the DSLRs or like other Polaroid cameras and things like that, really saves you on time and effort and keeping up with multiple things. I mean, you've already got your wireless lavalier that you're trying to track down because your talent's running away with the microphone, or the shotgun microphone, whatever the case may be, other cables, your charger, all of this stuff. So having the lens hood attached and being able to just flip it open saves some time, saves a lot of effort and things like that. Trust me. The other thing is having the zoom, the focus, and the iris, those manual rings. The zoom obviously has the rockers on the side and on top, along with the record buttons like a typical handheld recorder would or should have. So having those manually, like I say, allows you to adjust the lighting conditions, the focus of where you're looking, and what your camera is actually focused on, obviously. And then the other thing I wanted to kind of go over were these ND filters. Now with a DSLR, if you're in a bright sunny day, you're constantly screwing on an ND filter or screwing off ND filters, or if you're really expensive, you've got an adjustable ND filter that you can just manually adjust, but you're still having to screw it on, screw it off, change lenses, put it back on, and that gets, like I say, one more piece that you constantly have to keep up with. So the beautiful thing about this particular camera is all you have to do is make a little switch. Now, this does have what I'm going to say, like a clap shutter type deal that goes across the lens. So it will be audible and it will be visual within the camera. Unless you the only way it could not be audible is if you're running all your audio off your lavalier microphone and you're just so far from your talent. But it will be visual as you're recording. So you want to make sure that you use that very slightly and just pay attention to what you're doing and possibly pause or stop recording and then flip it on and then start recording again and do some kind of transition during that time period. So kind of going over those basics, like I say, other than the ultimate manual adjustments and settings that this thing has, it does have an LCD screen that flips open, allows you to tilt it towards yourself as you're filming so you can see, or towards your talent so your talent can see if you're recording yourself or whatever the case may be. This particular model that I purchased came with the shotgun mic that you see here. I've added a few other little things other than the rubber band because the windsock foam kept coming off. I did add some electrical tape here, not the best job, but just to kind of keep it secure there for some reason. I don't know if it's this particular camera or this particular model as to why that shotgun mount was so loose. It is a used camera, so I'm not complaining. But like I say, by far the best camera that I've ever purchased. Now it is 1080, not 4K like the camera that I'm using here. Actually, we're recording in 2.7K right now. But the GoPro Hero 6 and the newest GoPros record in 4K. A lot of problems that people run into with 4K is the file size. What in the world do I do with that file size? So a lot of people are compressing that down to 1080, which is great. Good job. That's what you need to be doing to be able to get it up online a lot quicker, to be able to save hard drive space so that you're not constantly having to buy new hard drives or external hard drives. Me personally, I mean, 1080 is 1080. I know things are moving forward, but like I say, this camera is, for what it is, a workhorse. So it was initially designed for broadcasting, for news events and things like that. So being able to grab it, run, and go is what it's meant for. So that's kind of my lifestyle here recently, is being able to grab it, run, and start filming, and be able to produce something that's decent and has great audio and can be uploaded fairly quickly to the internet. So like I say, if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment down below. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you check us out at Southern Pine Outdoors for all the latest gear, content, whatever we decide to post up on the YouTube channel. And if y'all have any, like I say, any questions, let us know, and we'll be glad to answer them for you. So thanks for watching. This is a review of the Sony NXCam NX5U. But if you have any questions about any other cameras, feel free to let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.